Lunes na naman sa Pilipinas, mga kaibigan, magandang umaga, magandang gabi, magandang hapon. Ano naman po ang time zone ng ating mga kababayang nanonood via social medium, Facebook, YouTube, at ano pa mang Keon na nagdadala ho ng ating program. Ito po ang Media Health Forum, live and direct mula po dito sa Quezon City, Philippines. Ako po si Edwin Eusebio, kasama si Lakay Rolly Gonzalo. At muli, tatalakay tayo ngayon at makikinig sa magiging kwento at mga updates patungkol po dito sa ating isinusulong na medical cannabis. Anyway, ang ating po namang mga kasama ngayon ay hindi na bago sapagkat sila po ang bumubuo ng advocacy na ito. Pangunahin po ang aming presidente sa Bauer Tech Corporations na for so long ay lagi lang ho nasa opisina yan, nagbabasa at nagre-research sa laboratorio. Ang aming po namang President Rigel Gomez. Sir, welcome for the first time.
Welcome. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to MHF. I'm Rigel Gomez, President of Bauer Tech Corporation.
And of course, ang ating po namang napakasipag na General Manager na ewan ko kung saan kinukuha yung kanyang power. Hindi naman siguro sa cannabis, but somehow, walang pahinga halos. Si Boss Richard Nixon Gomez.
Magandang umaga sa inyo, Edwin. Magandang umaga, Lakay. Magandang umaga sa lahat ng ating kasamahan sa media. Nandito po ngayon sa Media Health Forum at sa lahat ng sumusubaybay sa ating talakayan. Maganda po ang report na ibabahagi namin sa inyo. Isang linggo kaming nagpunta sa pinakamalalaking kumpanya sa Estados Unidos at kung ano pa ang how do we compare ang ating advocacy, ang ating preparation sa pagkakaroon ng medical cannabis sa Pilipinas. How do we compare that with the United States and with the rest of the world? Isang oras natin tatalakayin yan.
Alright, thank you, Boss. Lakay, bati ka muna. Hawakan mo yung microphone. Ayan.
Excited ang lahat na makinig sa kwento.
Makikinig kami ni Lakay ng kwento ng ating mga bosses. Of course, with you credit, nandito po ang ating mga kasama sa mass medium, sa mainstream media at saka sa social media. Si Gelly Mendez ng DWIC, si Michael Rogas ng Radyo Pilipinas, si Gimme ng Sunshine Radio, at nasaan ka ngayon? Anong radyo mo ngayon? Ayun, Margo TV Philippines and DWBL. Andiyan din yung ating kasama si Rafi Rico at iba pang mga nasa social media. Well, simulan natin talakayan. Unang tanong, Boss, total kayo ang magkukwento. Ano ba ginawa niyo sa Amerika? Una sa lahat. Boss Rigel.
So we were invited to go to the biggest cannabis manufacturers in the U.S., whether it's recreational or even medical or lab-grade cannabis. So we were invited to several of these largest manufacturers. These are in different places. We had to take long flights. We had to take long car trips, depending on where we had to go. Sometimes we had to go to the middle of nowhere just to see the really big facilities available. Now, these are a backdoor VIP tour because they will not show any random visitor how they grow their cannabis, how they extract, how they process their cannabis, because it's a very sensitive industry. In the US, it's legal to grow, sell, use cannabis in a few states, such as California, Washington, even states in the east or in the mid. So there are some states where it's legal, and we visited it where it is legal, of course.
Grabe. Sa United States, legal ang medical cannabis. Legal din ang recreational cannabis. Sa Philippines, ang ating pinupush sa ngayon at napakalinaw sa ating sa napakaraming proposed House bills at Senate bill ay ang medical cannabis. Kaya ang pag-uusapan natin ngayon is about medical cannabis. Kung ano ang naitutulong nito, ano na ang preparasyon natin once ito ay maaprubahan ng Senado at ng Kongreso.
Sinasabi po nila na merong yung marijuana, kaya nagkaroon ng negative connotations about marijuana, yung tinatawag yung part nito na nakakahay at the same time, yung naging daan para magkaroon ng recreational. Dito po sa atin, anong pong kaparaanan ang ating gagawin para mahigit natin mabigyan diin yung kahalagahan ng marijuana as medicine?
So first, we need to start with a proper information campaign. So you could see Media Health Forum, together with our partners, we focus on providing the proper information. The right medicine for the right disease, for the right disorder. because any medicine can be a cure or it can be a poison if you use it the right way or the wrong way. You could get high from cough medicine, but they don't ban cough medicine. So from cannabis, marijuana-related medicines, you have to know which condition needs CBD, which condition needs THC. You need to find out the right medicine for the right problem. Next, for the regulations, the Philippines has the benefit of seeing what happened around the world. You could see what happens when you have too much regulation. You could see it in Europe, you could see it in the US, where the regulations are so confusing that it kills the opportunity for research. On the other hand, if you see no regulations, like you say in Thailand, you could also see what happens when there's no regulations at all. Everyone is just smoking on every corner of the street. So we want to look for the best combination of the proper regulations, the proper medicine, the proper solution for all the benefits of medical cannabis.
See. Alright, kung may mga tanong kayo pa, pwedeng i-raise nyo lang inyong mga kamay at sabihin kung anong representations ng inyong mga... Michael Rogas, you have questions? Radyo Pilipinas.
Good morning. Kay Sir Hel Gomez. Sir, after
Rigel.
sorry. After po na makita po ninyo mga facilities na nasa United States, do you think yung pong ating BauerTech ay papasa rin doon sa kahalintulad ng mga equipment na nakita po ninyo makumpanya para sa magproseso tayo dito pong mga gamot from cannabis?
I can confidently say yes. Even our current facility looks better or has things that a lot of their facilities do not have, especially the lab testing. They lack in the lab testing. We have a lot of advantages in the lab testing. In the processes, we follow the GMP. We follow the processes already. But our upcoming facility will be one of the best in the world. Like everyone involved in the planning, everyone involved in creation knows that it will be the most advanced facility in Asia, and it will compete with the biggest facilities in Europe and in the US.
So, meaning to say, meron pa kayong mga darating na mga equipment para sa yun gamitin natin sa pagproseso nitong ganitong klaseng mga gamot.
Of course. We
Na
have
po
to get
pwede
the
natin
best.
masabi na maaari na tayo makipagkompetensya worldwide.
Yes. In fact, there's already very interesting offers because of the level of quality that we promise with our processes.
Para simple diagram lang para mas maunawaan natin. When it comes to FDA approval, US, Philippines, or kahit saan, pag sinabing cosmetic approval, ito lang ang requirements. Nakita niyo yung daliri ko? Ganito lang ang requirements. Pag sinabing food supplement or food grade, ito ang requirements. Pag sinabing medical or pharmaceutical, ito ang requirements. Maraming cannabis facilities sa Thailand, food supplement or recreational grade lang. Ang BauerTech nandito. Ito ang ating standard. Ito ang standard nila. Paano ba natin mahihambing? Standard nila nasa papag. Tayo nasa kutsyon na king size bed. Parang ganun lang comparison. Yun ang kanilang laboratory nila. Nasa ganito lang kababa. Ganito tayo kataas. Sa Estados Unidos, ang daming mga cannabis companies na hindi sila medical, recreational grade. Ito lang ang standard nila. Noong nagpunta sila sa Pilipinas, na-realize nila, ang BauerTech, lamang pa ng dihamak kumpara sa marami sa kanila. Ganun tayo kalayo sa kanila. Now, anong pinag-uusapan dito? Ito ang BauerTech ngayon. Because of our advocacy for medical cannabis, we are going to expand not just the facility, but our technology and our equipment to something so much higher. At base sa kausap namin ng mga eksperto, cannabis experts in the United States. Ito na yung mga pinakamatalinong tao na pagdating sa cannabis, ha? Honest to goodness, usapan kami. Our new facility, based on the design, dahil alam na nila design alam nila yung technology na gagamitin. Alam nila equipment na ilalagay natin sa new facility. Alam niyo kung ano napag-usapan? That will really be the #1 in Asia. Yung paulit-ulit ko sinasabi rito, and yes, after we discussed all the blueprints, all the plans para sa new cannabis facility natin, that will be the #1 in Asia. Okay, sabi ko, let's compare it to the United States. Nagkaroon kami ng evaluation. Yung technology na gagamitin, yung machine na gagamitin, yung mga certification na aabutin natin. Alam niyo ang sagot? That will belong to the top 5 in the United States when it comes to standards, when it comes to technology. Yes, we are going to embark on a multi-million dollar new facility in the Philippines. Kung eto tayo ngayon, eto sila, eto tayo ngayon, a multi-million dollar facility that we will launch in the next few weeks in the Philippines. And because of that, nakita na nila kung anong itatayo sa Pilipinas. Hindi naman pwede drawing lang yun eh. Nakita na nila itatayo. They started giving us offers already.
Wow. So, that was a good news. But sir, isa pa sa mga considerably na masasabi natin, we are very blessed, the Philippines very blessed para magkaroon itong main resources ng cannabis. Kasi sabi mo nga, tayo 2 season lang, sila 4 season, napakadali ng natin dito. Pagkakaroon ng raw products for the cannabis product or medicines.
So the Philippines has a lot of advantages compared to, let's say, the US or Europe or Israel. The Philippines has good weather compared to the US, where they have really hot summers and really cold winters. They have fall. So for at least half of the year, they cannot grow outdoors because they'd worry about the weather being too cold or too hot. And then at the same time, the other advantage about the Philippines is that we have a lot of native land-raised varieties that they're already growing. Everyone knows that it grows in the mountains, it grows in the fields. No matter how hard the government tries to burn it, it always grows back. So despite all those efforts, the Philippines is a very good natural place for growing medical cannabis. Now, what is the advantage of the Philippines versus, say, Colombia or Thailand or the other tropical countries? So the Philippines has some advantages too. Aside from the fact that we are going to work hand in hand with the government in providing the proper regulations in order to ensure that what goes out is the highest quality, we also have the advantage that BauerTech will have the best equipment in the whole Asia, or probably anywhere outside of Europe and the US. We'd have the best equipment. We'll make sure that everything is tested, everything is the highest quality, from the seeds all the way to the final product. We have to make sure and take advantage of the fact that Philippine weather is perfect for growing a lot of cannabis. Okay. To compare to Israel, most of Israel outside of the small areas near the river is desert. So how exactly do you plan on growing cannabis outdoor? They have to grow indoor. They have to spend millions of dollars to grow indoor because it's very difficult for them to grow outdoor. If it's not in a desert, it could be attacked or bombed or whatever.
Okay, kung may mga additional questions pa, si Michael Rogas.
Yeah. So we are very happy to hear that kind of report after your trip in the US. Ano? So itong mga darating na mga equipment ng BauerTech, kailan namin ito po pwedeng makita at saang lugar planong itayo ng BauerTech Corporation?
Dapat meron tayong middle of October na groundbreaking ng facility natin eh. Pero nag-request sila na i-move ng bandang middle of November because some of those people in the picture are coming to the Philippines. Those are the known leaders in the global cannabis industry. Those are the experts. And some of them would like to join us sa ating groundbreaking. Kaya hintay-hintay muna ng konti.
Meron na po bang lugar or pwede na bang i-reveal ng BauerTech kung saang lugar plano itayo itong makabagong teknolohiya at napakalaking equipment na
Malapit
ito?
na nating i-reveal eh. Yung siyempre, lahat ng mga kausap natin doon ng mga government officials, alam na nila. Kaya lang, ang usapan namin wag muna. Wag muna i-announce. Clue, nandun kami bukas.
Anyway, sir,
I-describe ko.
Sir, ito lang. Inaasahan ba natin na makakadagdag ito ng employment sa ating bansa?
Immediately, the moment nagsimula doon sa lugar na yon, 200 employees immediately ang ilalagay doon. 200 direct employees. Bukod pa sa naparaming apprentice na kukunin natin doon. Yung mga nag-aaral na agriculture, pharmacy, biology, at chemistry, biochem, at chemical engineering, mechanical engineers, civil engineers. Doon magte-training sa atin. Again, those are under sa atin. And then, we'll have direct employees at marami tayo mga Filipino scientists who are currently working abroad. Why are they working abroad? Because there's no opportunity for them to work in the Philippines. There's no notable project in the Philippines for them to use their brains. So they stay abroad. At nag-uusap na kung paano sila tutulong, kung paano utilize ang kanilang knowledge, ang expertise nila. Na
Pamantasan, universidad.
na university sa ibang bansa. Ibabalik natin sila sa Pilipinas, gagamitin natin. Makakatulong sila.
So bahagi ng suporta na rin ng BauerTech yan sa DOST as Balik Scientist Program. Meron tayong Balik Scientist Program. Pero how's the government support naman at the same time, boss? Pag in terms of clearances, bukas bang isip na ngayon ng ating mga nasa sa gobyerno para dito sa ating pagpasok sa isang napakalaking venture na ito?
Let me just share with you. Ito na pag-usapan ha. Alam niyo naman yung mga malalaking pharmaceutical company sa buong mundo. Alam niyo naman yung malalaking pharmaceutical company na nag-venture into cannabis. Hindi ko sasabihin kung ano to. Pero isa sa brand na kilala ng FDA, kilala ng DOH natin pagdating sa medical cannabis sa buong mundo. They are about to do a phase 3 clinical trial. Ano ba yung phase 1? Nigel, can you tell us about what is phase 1 clinical trial? What is phase 2 clinical trial? What is phase 3 clinical trial?
All right. Well, to summarize, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 are the different levels of clinical trials. They're in different scales. So phase 1 is a smaller scale, and then phase 2 is a bigger scale. And phase 3 is a very big scale, which usually has hundreds or thousands of volunteers who were tested. And since it's usually thousands, you'd spend millions or tens of millions of dollars to go to phase 3.
Meron isang napakalaking pharmaceutical company that is about to do a phase 3 clinical trial. Alam niyo kung magkano budget nila? $50 million just to do phase 3 clinical trial. Kausap namin yung gagawa. They have full respect on ito sa gagawin natin. 2 things na pag-usapan. Alam niyo kung ano na pag-usapan? Number 1, we will do the clinical trials in the Philippines. Kapag ginawa ang clinical trials in the Philippines, magkano uli yung budget nila? $50 million. Makakatulong ba yan sa atin, ano? Number 2, pag clinical trials, kailangan nila ng mga extract. Kailangan nila ng THC, CBD, CBG, CBN. Ano na pag-usapan? We will provide all of the materials that they need. And this is the biggest brand of cannabis in the world. Gagawin sa Philippines at sa ating kukuha ng kanilang mga materials for their phase 3 clinical trials. Sulit ba yung biyahe natin sa US?
Sulit. Pero
At nakikita nyo na kung gano'n nila nirerespeto ang antas ng teknolohiya ng BauerTech.
They're willing to certify BauerTech as even something of their own level of supply. That's what they were thinking about. They're looking at our land, seeing how much Filipino land can be used, because in their head there could be like, maybe we could use BauerTech's extracts for our company. Maybe they even want to buy it. We don't know. They have a lot of money.
So instead of them, di ba magki-clinical trial sila, may gagamitin sila mga extract. Instead of them making their own extract, isi-certify nila ang BauerTech na same level nila. Same level ng kanilang extract at yun ang gagamitin sa clinical trials. Na as if sila ang gumawa nung extract at yun ang gagamitin sa clinical trials. And that is the biggest brand of cannabis medicine in the world.
Sir? Is it safe for us to say na pinakamalaking pharmaceutical plant ang maitatayo this year? Is it safe to say that?
Pinakamalaking medical related to cannabis facility in the Philippines. Dito.
Come again?
Wag natin sabihin pinakamalaking pharmaceutical company kasi napakaraming mga higanting pharmaceutical na 30 years old, 50 years old na. Hindi natin mahabol yun.
Okay.
Talking about cannabis-related pharmaceutical company. The first in the Philippines and will be the biggest in Asia na cannabis facility.
Okay, itutuloy nyo ito even though there was wala pa tayong batas. to legalize for the cannabis medical.
Cannabis will be legalized in the Philippines. Cannabis will be legalized in the Philippines, whether we like it or not. It is a question of when. Now, even the President has stated that he supports medical cannabis. Sa Congress, ang buong committee ng dangerous drugs unanimously approved it. The Committee on Dangerous Drugs sa Senate approved it already. Akit na lang to sa plenaryo. It is not a question of ma-approve o hindi. No, this will be approved. Kailan tayo kikilos bilang mga Pilipino? Maghintay tayo na ma-approve, pagkatapos ma-approve, at saka tayo maghuhukay, lalagyan na ating facility? Or ngayon na tayo maghukay, pagtatapos ng approval, tapos na rin na ating facility, nandyan na lahat ng equipment natin. Mauna na tayo. Advanced thinking. Naglalaro ba kayo ng chess?
Yeah.
Sino naglalaro ng chess?
Yeah, syempre.
Alam niyo kung ano tinutukoy ko. Huwag niyo hintay na i-check ka na bago ka kikilos. Unahan mo na.
Oo. So, gaano katagal, sir, yung plano ng BauerTech na matapos itong planta na ito?
So we're looking towards the end of next year. So a little over 1 year. Now, why are we thinking about it this way? It still takes time to build a facility, time to get the equipment, time to build it to FDA standards. Next, the law, even if it's already being discussed in the Congress and in the Senate, it will still take time for them to discuss all the politics, to talk about every single word in the bill. It will take a little time. But they all know they want it to pass. The only question is, how will it pass? Are they going to copy the law as is, or are they going to put a few changes? And that is where BauerTech also has a very important role.
We are both part of the technical working group sa Senate at saka sa Congress. Biglang nagkaroon ng maraming kabuluhan ang pinag-uusapan doon dahil we injected a lot of our technical expertise into the technical working group sa Senate at saka sa Congress. Marami pala tayong dapat matutunan at yun ang aming ibinabahagi doon. Nagpapasalamat kami dahil they're very open. Mahirap naman member ka ng TWG tapos hindi tatanggapin ng yung technical expertise. Nagpapasalamat tayo, tinatanggap nila.
Last question, sir. Siguro naman Pilipino ang una makikinabang ng bagong pinakamalaking hybrid processing plant na ito ng cannabis sakaling matapos na.
BauerTech is 100% Filipino-owned. And we have 100% Filipino employees.
Alright.
Kaya tayo ang makikinabang dito, nandito sa Philippines. At anong benefit kapag yung phase 3 clinical trial ay gagawin dito sa Pilipinas? Eh di lahat ng gastusin nila instead na gawin sa US ay gagastusin sa Pilipinas. Malaking gastos yun. Sabi ko, $50 million. And instead of that company, the biggest cannabis brand in the world, ay sila ang gagawa ng sarili nila, isi-certify nila na yung gawa natin sa Pilipinas ay same level nila at yun ang gagamitin nila sa eksperimento nila.
Alright.
Ganun ang level natin.
Thank you so much, sir.
Jelly.
Yung target nyo po na ma-priority, yung mga farmers po ba regarding dyan sa pagtayo ng laboratory sa medical cannabis? Na matulungan sa pag-employed po, yung sa pag-practice.
So we have several stakeholders. First, of course, from the ground up, the farmers. We want to give them a better livelihood, so we would help them with this. Of course, we'd give them the proper crops and proper training. You need both. You need training, you need the proper crops, and you need a permit. Of course, if they work through us, we'll help with that. Also, on the other hand, patients are also very important. We're focusing on medical, not recreational cannabis, because we want to improve the lives of everyone who's suffering that could have a better cure or a better solution using medical cannabis. So both ends, from the farmer all the way to the patient, and also all the employees and scientists in between, everyone is supposed to benefit from this, which is why we want to do it as clean, as fair, and as scientific as possible.
Bigyan ko lang kayo ng clue. Kasi di ko pa may announce talaga eh. Doon sa tatayo nating facility, 100 farmers immediately ang employed doon. 100. And then meron din 100 na magtatrabaho sa loob. And these are the chemists, pharmacists, sa production, and so on. Eh medyo hindi naman kasing lapit ng Cubao o Quiapo or Makati ang facility natin. Medyo malayo-layo. Kaya maglalagay tayo ng 100-bed capacity dormitory or staff house.
Ayun. Actually, ever since nung witness ako dyan sa Powertech natin, di ba? Nung sinisimulan natin, ang unang pinaayos yung staff house natin.
Merong staff house sa Powertech ngayon, male and female.
Oo.
Pero doon sa itatayo natin facility, 100-bed capacity. Dorm. 100-bed dorm, hindi.
Pero boss, papasok ba ang Powertech dito sa tinatawag kasi ang gobyerno may campaign na PPP, private public partnership. Kasama tayo doon.
Ako, napakagandang katanungan yan. And that is where we're very supportive. Gobyerno cannot be successful on their own. Lalo naman ang private companies, napakahirap unless kasing yaman mo yung mga kaibigan mo. Hindi natin kakayanin yon. Ang daming resources ng government, ang daming expertise ng government, maraming kakulangan ng government. Ang daming research ginagawa ng university. 500,000 research ginagawa niyan. They don't know what to do with their research. Ang private industries, gustong mag-manufacture, gustong mag-produce. Wala naman technology. Pag pinagpares natin yan, yung private-public partnership na yan, napakaganda niyan. And that is what will happen here. This project is supported, number one, by the government. When we set up our facility, you'll be surprised because it is again supported by the government. And third, lahat ng activities natin doon will be in collaboration with the government.
Very good. Jimmy Mendoza, sir.
Magandang umaga po sa inyo, Sir Richard, Sir Gomez, at sa dalawang panel. Tanong ko lang po, kasi ang Dangerous Drug Board o DDB, sila yung policy making sa ating bansa. So nagkakandak sila ng mga lakbay-aral kontra droga sa mga universities, sa iba pang mga paaralan, dumadayo sila. So tinuturo nila sa mga estudyante kung ano yung epekto nung nakakasama sa katawan, yung marijuana. Paano natin makukumbinsi itong mga ito? Kasi mismo yung Dangerous Drug Board, sila yung mismo yung pumupunta sa area.
Inirespeto natin, ginagalang natin at sinusuportahan natin ang mandate ng Dangerous Drugs Board. And we would like them to continue what they're doing. Base sa kanilang, binigay sa kanila na obligasyon, gawin nila yan. And if given the chance to enlighten the experts on DDB regarding regarding cannabis or marijuana, we will be happy to do so. Alam natin gagawin nila ang kanilang mandato hanggat hindi nare-revise ang ating batas. The moment na-revise ang batas, gagawin na naman nila uli ang kanilang panibagong mandato.
Sir Richard, matagal ko na rin yung sinasabi doon paulit-ulit sa inyo. Sa tagal ko na nagko-cover dito, siguro mag-isang taon na, ba't hindi natin na maimbitahan ang secretary ng Dangerous Drug Board para marinig din yung side nila. Siguro naman kung maimbitahan ng personal sila, maski sa kasi ang Dangerous Drug Board, yung chairman nila, equivalent po ng sekretarya ni Kabinete ng Malacanang. Maski man lang yung, kasi may mga lecturer sila yung mga undersecretary niya, o yung chairman, o yung director nila, para mas marinig natin kung ano ba yung position nila doon. Maganda rin mo kasi yung cannabis medicine sa pinaglalaban nyo dahil maraming makikinabang dyan trabaho, lahat may mga sakit. Ngunit ang nananatiling may busal yung bibig ng ng mga opisyales ng Dangerous Drug Board. Paano kaya natin sila makukumbinsi para maka-attend dito at marinig yung side nila?
We have extended our invitation to the officials of Dangerous Drugs Board. Off the record, we are in collaboration with them. Pero kanilang official stand is, kung anong nasa batas, yun muna ang susundin nila. Kaya hindi muna sila humaharap dito. Pero sa lahat ng committee hearing, sa Senate, sa Congress, sa TWG, andun ang Dangerous Drugs Board at kausap namin sila. At doon sa panukalang PMCA, Philippine Medical Cannabis Authority, at sa panukalang PhilCADA, parehas doon, hindi nakasama ang Dangerous Drugs Board. Pero hanggat hindi nagagawa ang PMCA at ang PhilCADA, kasama pa sila.
So right now, they're focusing on following the law. If the law says cannabis is illegal, then it's illegal. Because all they do is the regulation. So they cannot officially give a stance outside of their mandate. They say that several times, even in the Congress hearings, they said that if the law says it's legal, okay, it's legal. If the law says it's illegal, it's illegal. but then they're not allowed to give a different stance. The same thing applies to the other government agencies. They could support us, but they cannot give an official answer until officially, according to the law, it's legal. So they're just waiting for it to be legal. Same with us. We're researching on medical cannabis, but we will not make it in the Philippines yet until it's legal.
Lahat ng pinag-uusapan natin ngayon, yung multi-million dollar facility na isa-set up natin, that is for extraction of bioactive compounds, including cannabis. Lahat ng equipment na dadali natin for extraction of bioactive compounds, including cannabis. Walang illegal sa lahat na yan. The moment na maging legal sa Pilipinas, next day, gagamitin natin yan. Sa ngayon, hindi natin pwedeng gamitin yan for cannabis.
Ang karaniwan po kasing impressions from the very start, when we speak about marijuana, ay sigarilyo. Boss, hinihit-hit sigarilyo. Pero pakipaliwanag po sa ating mga nanonood at taga-subaybay kung ano pa yung bagay na pwede nating makuha sa marijuana. Anong medical benefits ng maibibigay ng marijuana? Hindi lamang naman yung smoking na sinasabi.
So to add to that, we're really focusing on a medical or even food supplement, but for now, medical aspect of medical cannabis. So anything recreational, anything uncontrollable, like smoking is uncontrollable because even if you smoke, let's say the proper dosage, it will scatter secondhand smoke. It will make everyone beside you get happy. So we're looking for controlled doses, capsules, tablets, even drops or edibles that are within a certain dose range. Suppositories, yeah. You cannot contaminate people with that. So we're trying to look for controlled, regulated medical cannabis because we want to avoid the stigma of unregulated medicine. It's the same thing. If you take other medicines for fun, if you take it for the other purposes, if you abuse it, it's also equally dangerous. If you take too much paracetamol, your liver will fail. If you take too much of the other common medicine, of course, that's our point. We want to educate the normal Filipino that you could take cannabis for a good reason too, not just for party.
Mike Abe.
Kailangan muna kahit na wala pa yung legal, yung batas, dapat makita natin ang suporta. Well, ilang beses na rin ako nag-attend dito. Tama naman yung advocacy nyo kasi gamot yan. Ano? Pero hindi ko maramdaman kung yung FDA, Department of Health, itong inventor na, hindi ko maintindihan kung atin ba ito o hindi, yung Department of Science and Technology. Kasi namimili yan ang kinakausap ng mga inventor. Sila ba sumusuporta sa inyo? Kasi importante yun. Pag yung tatlong yan, walang pakialam. Kahit may batas na, hindi pa rin patutupad yung batas. Yan ang problema sa atin sa gobyerno. Nandyan na ang law, wala pang implementation. Hindi lalo na ngayon, wala pa nga yung batas. Mr. Richard Gomez,
Salamat
tama,
sa
kasi hindi yung artista. Hindi yung, pakiano ngayon, kasi importante pong ma-establish natin yung kanilang posisyon kung nararamdaman ba ninyo.
Salamat sa iyong katanungan. In fact, a few weeks ago, I think September 1 yan, lumagda ako ng isang kasunduan sa Department of Science and Technology. It's called the BIST program of the Department of Science and Technology. The first one na iginrant nila sa buong Central Luzon and probably the biggest or second biggest project na nilahukan ng DOST. At yan ay may kinalaman sa extraction ng bioactive compounds, curcumin, and so on. At yan din ang magiging source pwedeng gamitin at same technology sa paggamit ng cannabis. Kaya masasabi natin, ang Department of Science and Technology is well aware of our advocacy. Si Secretary Solidum has been to our facility sa Bauertech several times. His predecessor, si Secretary Boy de la Peña, has been to Bauertech several times. Ang mga USEC, ang mga director ng iba't ibang offices ng DOST has been to Bauertech. They're very aware of the technology of Bauertech and they're aware of our capability. As far as official stand is concerned, hindi pwedeng mag-cannabis sa Philippines as of the moment. Yun ang position ng DOST. The moment this is allowed, they're 100% into this. Sinabi na nila, yes, we will support medical cannabis. Tandaan natin, sila ay executive sangay ng gobyerno. Hindi sila pwedeng gumawa ng batas. Sila ay pwedeng magpatupad ng batas. Sila ay sumusuporta sa atin. At sila ay magiging bahagi ng Philippine Medical Cannabis Council. Ang DOST ay magiging bahagi niyan. At sila ay very supportive sa medical na paggamit ng cannabis. Hanggang sa ginagawa natin ngayon, sila ay well aware at hindi sila tumututol dahil alam nila na hindi tayo nagpupush ng addiction to cannabis. Alam nilang gamot ang ating ginagawa rito. Now let's talk about DOH and FDA. DOH, FDA, again, are part of the executive branch na ating gobyerno. They can only implement, they cannot make any rules at all. Kaya ang rules, ang batas ay manggagaling pa rin sa Kongreso at sa Senado. Sa proposed PMCA, Philippine Medical Cannabis Authority, at Philippine Cannabis Development Authority, parehas wala ang DOH at FDA sa senaryo. Kaya pag yun ay naisatupad ng bagong batas, wala ang DOH, wala ang FDA doon sa cannabis na usapan.
Yubi.
Yeah, good morning to everyone from DWBL and Margo TV Philippines. Actually, hangang-hanga ako kay Doc. Ayan. Nung narinig ko yung mga paliwanag, actually nanonood lang muna ako. Si Sir Edwin nandyan, sila Kay. Nakita ko po yung napakagandang impluwensya ninyo actually. Gusto ko lang pong malaman, dito sa gobyerno natin talagang mahirap pumasok, no? But sa inyo pong explanation, well explained, no? At kayo pa yung gagastos, yung BauerTech, right? Sino po among the health group, like Philippine Medical Association, Philippine College of Physicians, who among them? Hindi, example lang, sir. If ever, sino po sa kanila ang sumusuporta sa inyong advocacy? Kasi po, alam nyo po, totoo yun. Marami yung namamatayin sa atin, katatapos lang ng pandemic. Kung hindi natin naagapan to, lalo na kung ito'y for medical purposes, this is good for those who need this. Thank you.
Marami mga organizations sa Philippines, yung iba sa kanila, ang leader ay mga T-Rex. Alam niyo yung T-Rex? Oh, yun, dinosaur. Panahon dinosaur. Ang kanilang technology, ang kanilang information, dinosaur pa. Kaya ang kanilang pinapatupad na batas, dinosaur pa. Bawal ang cannabis, nakakamatay yan. Papatay ka ng tao pag nag-cannabis ka. Naku naman talaga. Pakunti na lang po ng pakunti. Alam ko po yung mga T-Rex na matay na 65 million years ago. Meron pang konti nagsusurvive sa Pilipinas. Pero paubos na po sila. Karamihan na po ng mga medical doctors ngayon are supportive of medical cannabis. Karamihan na po ng mga legislators natin ngayon are supportive of medical cannabis. Konti na lang po yung mga dinosaur na natitira na buhay sa Jurassic era.
Hindi man ako kasama sa grupo na to, but i-congratulate ko po yung mga media na nagko-cover dito dahil sila po yung prosigido na sa information. And of course, sana po mabiyayaan sila ng mas mahabang buhay. Alam naman po natin, health is wealth. Thank you.
Yes, Jelly.
Sir, yung eto po, California po, itong laboratory, di ba? Yung iba. Pero once na po yung first medical related cannabis sa Pilipinas, ano po to, suportado ng mismong mga pinuntahan yung bansa? Or may partnership po na mangyayari regarding sa pag-practice ng mga employee sakaling magkaroon ng 200 employees na matutulungan? Or sa pagtulungan din ng mga eksperto sa Pilipinas?
Isang dahilan kung bakit kami nagpupunta sa iba't ibang laboratory or facility sa ibang bansa is for benchmarking. Benchmarking means we will compare our technology versus the technology of of other companies. Baka naman kulelat na tayo, taas-taas na pala nila, di ba? O baka naman malapit tayong tumubla at meron tayong matutunan doon. I'm sure they are well aware of that. Dahil bago kami inimbitahan doon, sila muna ay nagpunta sa BauerTech at nag-benchmarking sila sa BauerTech. Nakikita niyo itong picture na to? I know, not that one. Yung kanina, yung may mga halaman. Let me tell you, kung anong technology ang ginagamit nila sa kanilang product. No offense, they're the biggest in California. Ito ang technology ginagamit nila sa product nila. Ito ang technology ang gagamitin natin. Much, much higher. Pero when it comes to dollar value, lamang sila. Dahil recreational sila. Nagpo-promote sila mag-smoking, joint sessions, ganon. Hindi natin hahabulin yon, hindi natin sila lalamangan. Pero when it comes to medical, eto sila, eto tayo. When it comes to technology.
Sa atin naman sa Congress, marami din daw ang gustong isulong yan. Kaya lang parang may hinihintay sila, pampa. Ano, yun na yung hinihintay nun. Sabi nga nila, Senator, may ibang mga congressmen, bato-bato sa langit, yung mga nanonood, naghihintay ng pampa. Kung ano man yung pampa, bahala na kayo mag-isip. Ha? Hindi, isda yun eh. Pampa.
Sa loob ng 6 na buwan ng Media Health Forum, nagsimula tayo ng first week of March hanggang ngayon, biglang nabago ang lahat ng mga proposed bill sa Congress. Siyam ang proposed bill sa Congress. Lahat yon outdated. Lahat yon puro lumang-luma na. Ang kanila sinasabi, nakakatawa basahin. Nakakatawa. Recycled over a period of time na laos na yung sinasabi nyo. Ngayon, sa Technical Working Group, i-consolidate sila, i-update para naman hindi naman nakakahiya basahin ng expert yung sinasabi yung batas. Sa Senado, sad to say, nung unang pasok nito ay copied mula dun sa recycled at outdated na Congress bill. Ano ba naman ito pinag-uusapan natin? Pagkatapos sa Technical Working Group, sobrang modern, updated, naaakma, natutugma na ang proposed Senate bill ngayon pagkatapos ng Technical Working Group.
I'd just like to add, we're very, very thankful for the senators and the congressmen who were open-minded enough to listen to our explanation, to listen to our suggestions, because they know they're very good at what they do. They're very good at politics. We're very good at our field, which involves pharmaceuticals and medicine. And they're very open-minded to see that, okay, so this is what we have to do in order to make it work. And it's their job, of course, to convince their own constituents, to convince other congressmen and senators to make it pass. So we're very happy that they're very cooperative with this project.
Right, Rafi Rico.
Po sa lahat, Rafi Rico po ng Non-Break Balita. Kanina nabanggit ni Sir Richard na ang priority yata yung 100 farmers na magtatrabaho. And then yung aside pa dun sa magtatrabaho sa pinaka-facilities. Opo. Then, Sir Richard, gaano ba kalawak ang pagtatayuan itong bagong facility at gano'n na lang karami ang ano?
Maganda yan. Maganda katanungan yan. Nakita niyo yung Bauer Tech? Nakapunta na kayo? Yes. Nakita niyo yung buong sukat nun?
Opo.
Gagawa tayo ng land area, administrative side, hatiin ko, 3 areas ito, sasabihin ko 3 areas na magkakatabi, divided into part 1, part 2, part 3. Yung part 1, admin area, including the production, the manufacturing. That area is 13 times the size of Bauer Tech. Okay? 13 times the size of Bauer Tech, composed of several buildings. Nakita niyo yung Bauer Tech mula sa gate, sa front gate hanggang sa dulo, maglakad ka lang 5 balik doon, takang pawis mo. Multiply 13 times.
So,
That is only part 1.
pharmaceutical complex na pala yan.
Part 1. May kadugtong siya na part 2. Exactly the same size greenhouse. Pagkalaki-laki ng greenhouse mo, lakay. Maglakad ka doon, may stretcher na sa dulo. And, ano yung size ng admin area? Size ng greenhouse? I-double mo will be the size of our outdoor farm. At bukod doon, may nakalaan pa na 100 hectares na nakaabang if we need to expand.
Sir,
Ganun kalaki yung building.
bali yung mga itatanim natin na medical cannabis, doon na rin mismo?
Doon na.
Doon na rin. So bali kailangan pala natin magdali natin sakyan nila kay para maikot natin yun.
Igagawa natin siya na ATV.
Kailangan may all-purpose vehicle yun kasi may terrain yun terrain. Hindi yun.
Thank you.
Anyway, pero boss, unti-unti nakukuha na namin yung clue mo Dito yan sa Luzon. Luzon, alright. So,
Again, ang sukat ng admin area, mga
gulat
buildings,
nga ako dun.
manufacturing, extraction, Kung ano yung BauerTech na nakita mo, multiply mo na 13 times.
So parang kasing laki na halos nitong Centris areas. Kita mo. Yeah.
Po, follow-up. Meron na bang figure kung magkano ang magagastos natin dito sa pagtatayo ng facilities?
Gusto ko sana sagutin sabihin ko lang multi-million dollars.
Ano natin ipalit?
Pagdating doon, makikita niyo yung buong drawing ng facility at ipapasyal ko kayo.
Alright, we still have some more minutes para sa ating discussions doon sa mga nagpapahabol pa rin at the same time. Boss Richard, buko dito sa ating mga... Mas malaki daw sa Centris. Mas malaki sa Centris? Mas malaki daw. Oo, ayan. Si Boss Regal, pagdating sa mathematics at geometry, alam na alam niya. So, ang laki mas malaki sa Centris. Anyway, doon sa ating promote na cannabis advocacy, dito sa pagtatanim nito, doon sa paglaboratorio natin, ano-ano pa yung mga beneficial medicine na ma-extract natin from cannabis?
So there are lots of benefits from medical cannabis. You could start off with CBD, which is normally associated with pain, anti-pain, or helping with sleep, anti-anxiety, all the way even to THC, the one with a bit of a psychedelic effect. It can also help when it comes to certain degrees of pain or post-chemotherapy nausea. Also, when it comes to seizures, normally very effective for people with epilepsy and seizures. It's a lot more effective than the common treatments, even when it's in regulated doses. Now, there's even other compounds such as CBG, CBN, CBC. These are less common, but there's a lot of research coming in. Even THC has its own variety, THCV, which is a non-psychedelic version. Even helps reduce your appetite. Normally, you think if you take cannabis, you're gonna get hungry, you're gonna get high. This one's the exact opposite. You lose your appetite and you have more energy.
The same yun, THC, ito yung may psychoactive compound. Pag tinanggal mo sa cannabis yun, inom ka na inom ng gamot, hindi ka na high. Ang sinasabi ni Rigel, THC, may variation pa. Itong isang variant niya, kahit ihalo natin sa gamot, hindi ka pa rin mahahay at makakadiet ka. Yun ang effect niyan. Mawawalan ka ng gana kumain. Iba yung molecule na, no? Sinechange natin.
Actually, it's almost the same. It just, something is flipped so that the effects are reversed. If you ever see someone high with a recreational cannabis and they take this one, they stop getting high. That's the other thing. You stop getting hungry, you stop getting high. Opposite, like an antidote.
So pag ito'y nasa market na yung ating mga products at the same time, definitely we will have a close coordination with the doctors. Paano yung pati pag i-issue ng mga reseta, Doc Richard?
Ang proposal is S2 license pa rin, yellow prescription, yung mga neurologists and other professionals. Pero take note ang hinahabol natin dito, bukod sa makatulong sa mga Pilipino, ang hinahabol natin is to participate in the global cannabis trade. By year 2030, this will be $180 billion industry. Base sa mga eksperto na kausap namin sa Estados Unidos, nakikita nila kung anong technology ang dinadala ng BauerTech. Alam niyo kung anong pinag-uusapan? As early as now, they want BauerTech to position for export in Europe. Hindi na daw Colombia, kasi Colombia mura. Galing US, mahal. Israel, napakamahal. Europe cannot make their own. Kaya ngayon, ipinoposition na ang output ng BauerTech for export, for a huge export opportunity in Europe. Yun ang pinag-uusapan namin ng mga eksperto nung kami nasa US.
Pero may pusong Pilipino ka Sabi mo nga, bago sila, Pilipino muna. Di ba, Boss Richard?
Siyempre, ang gamot nandito sa atin available. That's number one benefit. At a fraction of the cost. Kung magkano kung bibili ka sa ibang bansa, kapraso lang ang cost natin dito. Pero kapag in-export natin sa ibang bansa, grabe ang dolyares na babalik sa Pilipinas.
That's the story why, even though we had a compassionate use, they weren't able to use cannabis for medicine because how much was it? 1.5 million?
1.5 million.
1.5 million pesos for a single round of medicine. compared to what we could offer, fraction of the price.
And then tayo mag-export sa kanila.
Alright, siguro nasa wrapping up position na tayo. We still have more 10 minutes more. Do sa ating mga nakikinig po naman sa Facebook Live at nanonood, salamat po sa inyong pagka-text. Ang kagandahan ngayon ng interactive media natin sapagkat as we doing our podcast today, nandito yung ating mga nakikinig at nanonood. Pasahin ko lang with due credit to Boss Richard, nanonood sa atin live sa pamamagitan ng ating Media Health Forum. At ina-appreciate natin yung panonood din ng ating mga kasama dyan sa PowerTech Corporations, of course. Sila, yung mga...
Basahin ko si Jocelyn Barion.
supervisor. Yan.
Sabi niya, 13 times. That is huge. Nakapunta na daw siya sa PowerTech. Para magkaroon ng 13 times, sobrang laki.
Ako nga,
Jocelyn, 13 times admin area pa lang yon.
Nagulat ko.
Times 2 mo para sa greenhouse, times 4 mo para sa cultivation site. So, marami-rami yan na times pa yan.
North Triangle na nga yan. Anyway, ano pa mga karagdagang questions? Ang dami.
Nagpapasalamat tayo sa mga ngayon ng gobyerno that are very supportive of our activities. This is science. This is technology. This is agriculture. This is providing good health sa ating mga kababayan. This will support our economy, the Philippine economy. Panahon naman na tayo ang mauna gumawa ng gamot at makinabang ang bayan natin. At ang gamot niyan ay i-export natin, makinabang uli ang ating bayan. Panahon na, hindi tayo sa tail end. Nasa front end tayo. Sa lahat ng eksperto kausap namin sa ibang bansa, talaga nag-analyze kami. We will be the best in Asia and belong sa top 5 in the United States. Yes.
Paring Mike Abe.
Well, palaala ko lang kasi alam mo yung kailan ba mong makita rito? Palaala lang, alam niyo sa Kongreso, Senado, nag-cover kasi ako dyan ng ilang taon eh. Ang batas, proposed bill, kung gusto nilang gawin, 1 week lang tapos na yan. Pero taon na ang pinag-uusapan, wala pa, di ba? Kaya please lang, huwag kayo masyado magtiwala. Huwag kayo madi-discourage, real talk lang.
Tama yan.
Kasi alam bakit?
10 taon na yan. Advocacy nila.
Pera-pera dyan.
Pampa.
Pera-pera dyan. Pampano. Kanong kakapal ang bigayan
Pampatalino.
dyan. So hindi ko nilalahat. Pag walang labi kayo, talagang laging standby lang yan. Pero pagka nakuha nyo ang galawan dyan, 1 week tapos na yan. Walang imposible sa kanila pagka gusto nila. Tandaan nyo yung sinasabi ko. Dahil kasi nabasa ko na yung advocacy nyo, okay naman eh. Kaya ko naman, sinishare ko na lang ito. Huwag naman magagalit yung mga nanonood na congressman. At saka senador. Sa totoo lang naman, hanap buhay nila yan eh. Pero kung alam nyo yung galawan, 1 week tapos na ito, alam kong bakit na medyo nasa critical na kayo ngayon? Magre-recess na ang Congress. Babalik November. Pagbalik sa November, budget for 2024, tatalakayin sa Senado. Next year na naman ito, tandaan nyo sinasabi ko. Pagdating sa next year, sona-sona naman. Ganyan yan, rumble-rumble lang yan. Gawin nyo ang lahat. Yung tip ko sa inyo, pera-pera lang yan.
Sa totoo lang, sad reality yan eh. Dahil sa tagal ni paring Mike sa Congress at sa Senado na-cover. At ngayon, na-expose na rin ako sa mga taong nasa sa likod niyan. Ganun ang naiintindihan ko.
And totoo naman talaga na 10 taon na advocacy. 10 taon na rin yung mga bills na ipinasa. Kaya sabi ko, outdated na. Kasi 10 years ago na nila ipinasa yon, walang nangyari, paulit-ulit. 6 months ago, hanggang ngayon, na-revise na. Salamat po sa input. And PowerTech is willing to give 0 bribe. Thank you.
Kung diretso sila, mas diretso. Kami trabaho lang, sabi ni Boss Richard. Science and technology lang tayo.
Whether they like it or not, this will be approved. Whether they approve it or not, we will proceed with our facility. With or without cannabis, we'll proceed with a facility. When this is approved, we are ready. And this is a good opportunity for the Philippines to get taunang buwis ng 40 billion pesos, higit pa sa anumang bribe na ini-expect ng ilang tao.
Ayun.
40 billion pesos, taunang buwis. Whether they approve it or not, we will proceed with the facility and we will do the groundbreaking in November and we will do the blessing or the House opening 1 year later. Whether they like it or not, whether they approve it or not, whether maghingi sila ng bribe or not, we will buy the equipment. We are ready to proceed.
Yun. Okay. Mauhubaran ng Amerikana dyan yung mga ibang kulay ng balat eh. At saka ikaw. Ayun. Alright, so nasa last last question sa tayo, Mike Rogas.
Sir, meron na ba tayong pwedeng ipakita? Pasilip lang nung lugar or yung plano nung pong itatayo na na processing plant kung meron na tayo. Pasilip lang.
Pwede ba song number na lang? Ganito na lang ako.
Gusto ni boss latag na eh. Kumbaga sa sa talong, pag niluluto mo yung talong, nilalagang, binuksan mo, mababantilawan, pare ko. Ayaw na yung
But
mabantilawan.
it is something that you will be very, very proud of. Talagang yung puso mo lulukso, kaya pala ng Pilipino to, kaya. Lahat ng foreign experts na dalin mo dito, ipapasyal natin doon, Mike. Sasaludo sa'yo pag nakita mo na yung final plan natin.
Alright, so with that, mga kaibigan, nakaraos na naman tayo ng ating pang-Monday presentation ng Media Health Forum. We thank you all doon sa ating mga kasama sa mainstream, sa social media, at sa lahat ng mga viewers and reactors natin sa ating page. Lakay, ang aking talagang partner ang aking co-host, pinababayaan lang ako porque yan po ang nagturo sa akin. Nung sabi niya marunong ka na magsalita, ako nandito lang ako sa likod, sa tagliran mo lagi.
Thank you.
Ayun. Parang talo ko sa TF eh. Talo ko sa TF eh. Anyway, with that mga kaibigan, sa ngalan po ng Bauer Tug Corporation, ni Boss Richard Nixon Gomez, ng ating presidente, Boss Rigel, umasa ulitin ha. Alright. Ako po si Edwin Yusabi. Maraming salamat. Thank you.